All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Extreme Mediocrity Sports Show. I am Kobe, and we have coming back again, Chris Gardner, PGA.
Thanks for having me back there, Cole.
Hey, thanks for joining us. So, Tour Championship has come to a wrap. I believe we had a prediction that worked its way out. A little bit of manifestation, maybe. We have some Ryder Cup stuff to get into, some predictions for captain's picks, and how we're feeling about the new FedEx Cup format. So I'm ready to get into that. I think.
Yeah, we got lots to talk about, Cole. So let's dive right into it, buddy.
Alrighty. All right. So, first things first. Congratulations, Tommy Fleetwood.
Hey.
Finally getting it done. 42 top 10 finishes without a win in 159 career starts.
When you put it that way, it kind of sounds a little bit ridiculous in my mind. But that's the game we play. Hard work does eventually pay off in this game.
I mean, he had a couple wins on the European Tour before he started playing.
I think what I saw earlier on the Golf Channel was he has something like 12. Now, I could be wrong, but something like 12 second place finishes. And next to him was Colin Montgomery with 10. So that's a lot of close calls.
Yeah, I mean, you think about top tens. I mean, realistically, you're probably only 3 to maybe 5 or 6 shots back every tournament. So, I mean, if he's 5 shots better, 20 times, we're looking at maybe one of the 10, 15 plus career wins.
And you got to think too, I think back in his earlier days when he was first coming on the scene and everything, I think he was back and forth between the European Tour, the DP World Tour, and the PGA Tour. So perhaps some missed tournaments as he was just getting on the scene as well on the PGA Tour. Now he's a full-time PGA Tour, American Tour dedicated PGA Pro. So, gosh, I think if you were to ask anybody in the golf scene and in the golf world, everybody extremely happy for Tommy. And
I think the last 2 tournaments where he had the lead on Sundays and just fell short to Keegan Bradley and Justin Rose. Both those guys said, man, if it wasn't going to be me this week, I wanted it to be Tommy.
Well, what a gracious guy too, and I think everybody can learn and take away from Tommy's demeanor, if you will. I mean, coming that many times close to winning and everything. I mean, to stand in front of the microphone and give graciousness and have a calm attitude for the most part about it all and everything. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes afterward, but the fact that he did that every single time just shows you the type of character that he has.
Yeah, and he's been more involved in the YouTube scene, like being a TaylorMade athlete. He's in the TaylorMade videos. He's with the Barstool guys, and just anytime he's on camera, his personality just draws you in. It's like you can't not root for this guy.
Yeah.
And his first career win on the PGA Tour, pocketed $10 million.
I think it was earlier in the week during his press conference how he stated how it would be funny if he was to win. But, I mean, hey, what a what a place to do it at, and a tournament for your first win. I mean, he deserves it. Let's
Dude,
just
we have a look at that smile. all the hard work paid off for old Tommy boy here, and and he had to battle a pretty tough leaderboard here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
there's if I could just bring to your attention for 2 seconds the T4 there, Corey Connors Canadian. Hey, we're pretty happy about that over here, and I think
previously
that
mentioned in the other episode.
Yeah, and I think that I probably should have did a little bit of research before I hopped on here, but as we all know, Tommy gets $10 million for being the FedEx Cup winner and yada yada yada. But those guys that came, as you see, Patrick Cantley, Russell Henley, Corey Connors, Cam Young, those guys are leaving with some hefty dollar bills in their pocket as well. So,
because I think the whole purse was $40 million, with 10 going to the winner. So I mean, there's still $30 million being distributed.
Yeah, I forget how it does get distributed, but I think Patrick Cantley and Russell Henley, I think they walk away with or at least second place, I think gets 8 million.
I mean,
third place might get 7 or 6, and it kind of goes from there basically. But yeah, what a great way to end the season.
And like looking at these guys as round 4 numbers, I mean, there was some hot golfers out there too. You mentioned Corey Connors at T4, 8 under on Sunday.
What we didn't want to see yesterday is what had been happening throughout the season, Tommy coming in second or third or dropping out of that top spot. We would have had to have sit on that for, until next season, basically. So, what a fantastic way to end the season as a whole, and for Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah, I mean, he had those two collapses earlier this year, down in the final stretch, and he keeps bouncing back, he keeps rolling. But I think if somehow he would have shot even par or 1 over on Sunday, and someone else has snuck by him, whether it be Cantlay or Henley, or I mean, it could have been Connors the way he was playing. Like, man, that's just got to take the wind out of your sail. That'd be a little bit tougher to come back from.
And you'd be sitting on that for at least a couple of weeks until next season starts back up, right? And it's just another delay in success, delay in. And
I mean, at least for him, I think his family lives out in Dubai, so I mean, he could actually, season's over, he can, gets away from everything around here. And
did you see that Tommy Fleetwood's wife is 23 years older than him? Can we just kind of give him a little golf clap for that?
There's actually a funny story about that I heard on the Barstool guys talk about. He actually texted her or DM'd her 2 or 3 times before she even responded to him. And his stepson, who's 20 something, he was caddying for him in a tournament, and Tommy's only in his 40s, and now he's caddying for his stepson who's in his 20s, and it just looked weird. And but hey, Tommy's been living a great life. This win is cementing a legacy. Maybe more to come now.
He's a very happy man right now, for sure.
He's got that weight off of his shoulders. We might see a little run from Tommy next year.
It's going to be great to watch him in the Ryder Cup, and I know we'll probably dip into that subject a little bit later, but I'm just having flashbacks of that whole Fleetwood Molinari shebang that was going on a few years back. Obviously, Molinari won't be there this year, so it takes away from that dynamic. But watch out for Tommy in the Ryder Cup. I think he's just going to absolutely steamroll over guys.
Well, we can get into the Ryder Cup right now. So, I think, obviously, as a Team USA fan, I want us to just absolutely walk through Team Europe. in American soil in a rowdy New York, Bethpage Black. But man, the top of Team Europe is a scary beast right there.
Yeah, are they defending?
Yeah,
I can't remember. So
because they smoked the Zach Johnson led team over in Rome.
Right. That's right. So what's going to be difficult for Europe is defending that Ryder Cup on away soil.
Mm-hmm.
So coming into a hostile environment like New York, like Bethpage Black, massive golf course, lengthwise, condition-wise, it's a course that Europe and maybe perhaps some of the Europe players have never seen before. Some of them have, some of them may have not. But if you could remember, I think it was that U.S. Open when Tiger and Phil were kind of duking it out at Bethpage. Just the atmosphere that was going on back then was just totally intriguing. And like I said, the golf course is just a beast of a golf course. So it should be interesting, and it should be, in my mind, in favor for the United States. But
so
time will tell.
What I heard on a podcast, they had Molinari on when he was a captain or assistant captain, whatever this was a while ago. But they actually, what Team Europe did was look at Team USA, like what is their strengths and what is their weaknesses. Like, a lot of these guys like to cut the ball, so they actually kind of redesigned the course a little bit to take away the cut. Or if they're heavy hitter, like longer hitters, they would place higher rough, or they literally crafted the course to all their benefits. So I don't know if you can do that at Bethpage, or if that's on Keegan's mind.
I would assume length would be, but also green speed. I'm sure you've heard many times that going over to Europe, the greens are a tad slower, which benefits the European team, right?
Sure.
Come over to the United States, speed up those greens like they're concrete, and the advantage now goes to the United States because Europe's just not used to that, right? So there are ways that the captains do tweak conditions and the playing ability. So that's definitely something to watch out for. I think they'll probably really lengthen Bethpage and get the greens as fast as they can, basically. So, but also, Cove, I wanted to touch on your thoughts about Keegan Bradley and some of the Live Tour players that might be joining.
So when it comes to Keegan and how passionate he is about the Ryder Cup, how passionate he is about Bethpage and just wanting to win. I think he left a note in Bryson's locker. I think it was the Open Championship. It says, we need to win now, something along those lines. So I think Keegan has this fiery personality. I don't think you see it in front of the camera so much, but I think he's one of those guys that you get behind the scenes. He's lighting a fire under these guys. Now, with that being said, he's obviously one of the best golfers this year on Team USA. But having all that passion and drive, I don't know if I like him just tied to the golf course. I think I would like to see him walk around the course, see the guys
But do you think he's going to pick himself to play, or do you think he's better suited to be the captain that executes the pairings and what goes on throughout the day and prepping the guys and everything like that?
You see this T7 right here. If he would have just completely melted, no relevancy, over the weekend, I would say, you know what? Just get somebody else in there. I mean, I'm looking at the rankings right now, and he he almost made it in points. I mean,
Yeah.
he's in 11th. But I don't know. Okay, let me ask you.
I
How hard would it be for you to set a lineup, put yourself in it, and then not being really able to see what's going on around you? Like are
yeah.
you going to start worrying about like, oh man, like how's that one pairing doing? You might start like thinking about that in the back of your head.
I think in his situation, he wouldn't be allowed to think about those things. I think the assistant captains that he has in place, and again, I don't know if I remember them all, but I know one of them is Kevin Kisner, and
Yeah,
the other one is Gary Woodland, and
I think Jim Furyk's in there
Jim
somewhere.
Furyk. Yeah, and I'm probably guessing like Brant Snedeker or somebody like that.
I know Sneds is on like for the President Cup. I don't know if he's
So
doing.
so they're those guys, the assistant captains, are probably encouraging Keegan to play, and for a few different reasons, I would say. One would be because it hasn't happened since Arnold Palmer back in the 50s and 60s. Now would be a fantastic time for something like that to happen because of what's going on between PGA Tour and the Live Tour. I think he would represent the PGA of America really, really well.
Yeah.
And his game is in tip-top shape. He did shoot even par the last day at the Tour Championship, but for the most part, he's been there every single tournament.
Yeah.
This entire season. Plus, I think he won last season, so he's been trending hugely.
Like it would be hard for him not to pick himself to play.
But at the same time, him personally, he's probably not that selfish of a guy.
Yeah.
I think there's others that are encouraging him to pick himself. And I don't think he, and again, I was watching the Golf Channel earlier, but I don't think he actually wants to pick himself. I think it's going to have to come from those coaches, those assistant captains, and the other players to say, we need you. You're on the team. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
You're a part of this.
Yeah.
And I think if that was to happen, the rest of the duties are going to have to fall on the assistant captains.
Yeah, for sure. And I think why, one, like you said, he's played his ass off this year. And two, in that first season of Full Swing, when the cameras are on him, he's expecting the phone call from Zach Johnson, sitting there with his wife, phone rings, and then just heartbreaking news that he's not making the team. And now he's playing like this. I would say the captains are pushing him to play like, hey, this is your time.
Plus, we might not ever see something like this happen again, right? It doesn't happen very often. Mm-hmm. So I think, since it's presented itself, it has to happen. If he was to pass up on it, I think some viewers and fans would be, slightly maybe disappointed. I think it would bring a whole new spiciness to it this year. And you got to think about ratings too. Mm-hmm. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Say he plays, he doesn't play well, we lose. Like, oh,
yeah,
he shouldn't have been out there. Say he sits out, whoever takes his place, they kind of get beat up out there. Like, well, he should have played. Like, so I mean,
I agree.
Whatever you want to do, just go do it. Do it 110%.
You're damned if you do. You're damned if you don't. So, I don't think there's no right or wrong in this situation. Yeah.
So, looking at the rankings right now, so we have our Team USA, 6 players locked in on points alone. You got obviously got Scotty, JJ Spawn, Xander, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson.
Right.
So now those 6 captain picks, I'm just going to name the next 6 guys on that list.
Well,
JT.
I got the list right in front of me here, buddy. How about we go? You want to do 6 captains picks each? You do your 6, I'll do my 6.
Okay.
So you go. We both agree on Keegan Bradley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keegan's playing, or at least he should be playing.
So who would be your second captain's pick?
I mean, just on points alone, JT's just out at 7, but JT has become such a fixture with the Ryder Cup, a fan favorite. He's still a younger guy. I think that's a good place for him at Bethpage with maybe hopefully a rowdy crowd. So I like JT getting in there.
Yeah, that pick makes sense to me too. If I had a third pick, I'd probably go with. Yeah, it's a crapshoot, eh? Just looking at all these names.
I mean, you're going to have a couple rookies on this team.
Yeah, and when you say rookies, I think about Ben Griffin or Akshay Bhatia. Now Akshay's listed down at 19.
Sure.
But if you're setting up for the future, those 2 guys I think will be there constantly, and the more exposure they get to it, the better off they're going to be for the future. So yeah, I think about somebody like Ben Griffin or Akshay.
Yeah, and I was even like looking right below Akshay there at a Chris Gotterup, who is just has a hot hand right now. He's winning tournaments. He's like top 10s. I think it's regardless of points, I feel like it's hard to look the other way when there's a guy playing very well right now.
Yeah. I me personally, now this is a bit of a personal pick favoritism, if you will, but I really wanted to see Ricky Fowler kind of make it to the Tour Championship or get that late win in the season.
Yeah.
To kind of push him and catapult him in points. But I doubt we'll see Ricky this year, but you never know. If you had one more pick, who would you go with?
Well, I would say if Scotty Scheffler did not exist, I would say Colin Morikawa is probably the purest ball striker on tour right now. He didn't have a great year. Well, I guess a great year by his standards. I mean, he was still 8 in points. Again, I think, I don't know. He doesn't really have like that super fiery personality, but he's very serious, and I think that'd be like a good balanced.
Yeah,
like you would put him with, I don't know, pair him up with like Bryson or something.
Yeah. Well, and again, you're leaning on past experiences too. He's been on the team before.
Yeah, he's
had success on the team before. Not that it's a safe pick, but it's an experienced pick, if you will. If I had one more pick, and again, my picks are a little more different than yours, but I'm a big fan of Brian Harman.
Mr. Waggle.
Mr. Waggle, fellow lefty, just like myself, same stature, same body build. But Brian Harman, I feel like he's been also getting prepped in a sense. Like he competed on a Walker Cup or 2, I think. He's been on previous teams before. He's ranked number 12 right after Keegan. I think Brian had a win this year.
Yeah,
and everything. And so, again, sticking with guys like Justin Thomas and Colin Morikawa, I think Brian Harman is kind of in that conversation as well. So
I mean, I think he almost repeated at the Open Championship too.
Yeah.
I mean, he was. I mean, I don't know if he finished close, but I know he was up there at least most of it. So I mean, he can play in those big moments.
Do you think by having some of those live players like Bryson, Tyrell Hatton, and John Rahm, that's gonna, it's definitely gonna create a buzz during this Ryder Cup, and it
A
could
little
be,
bit.
that could be a little bit of a, not a distraction for the other guys, but
I think like Bryson is like he's still keeping in touch with these guys on a regular basis. I assume. I mean, I know this doesn't hold a lot of
they
water.
did do Happy Gilmore too together.
I was just gonna say they were all just on Happy Gilmore, and I don't know. I mean, you would think I don't know. Bryson's kind of a weird in a sense that he probably isolates himself, but then he also said he was upset that he's not able to play in this like little warm up tournament that Keegan wants him to play on. But I'm like, dude, that's a PGA Tour event. Like you are the reason you can't play in this event.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that he will be playing. Hatton, Europe's got a couple guys, right?
Yeah.
They got
yeah. Let me bring up your
Hatton, obviously Rahm. But
yeah, well, Europe's got such a solid team. McIlroy's number one, McIntyre's two, Fleetwood is three, Rose is four. But then you get into like number five, Rasmus Højgaard, who me personally, like I know he's done a lot. He's had a great couple seasons, but
yeah,
I haven't been paying too much on Rasmus Højgaard.
It's a name you kind of see in passing when like going over a leaderboard, like, oh,
well, and that's why I'm shocked. Like Shane Lowry or Sepp Straka or Ludwig Oberg or even Victor Hovland aren't in that fifth spot. But yeah, you just look at those captain's pick options: 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's Lowry, Straka, Oberg, Hovland, Fitzpatrick. Like,
yeah,
those guys have been hot.
That's a solid team.
Yeah.
And then you still have, I mean, Rahm's way down there, but I imagine he'd be playing. I mean, he won the live title. Come on.
Yeah, I sorry, and that was me assuming actually he was on the team, but
yeah, but
I would assume
you would think so.
I would assume he'd be a powerful captain's pick for sure. But yeah, I think it's going to bring a little bit of a distraction for the other guys, but at the same time, it's going to bring some spiciness to the competition, and it's going to bring some heated situations and some blood being.
I always like a little bit of, I don't want to say conflict, but a little bit of like for golf, everyone thinks golf is buttoned up, like no fun kind of, but
it's starting to turn the page
a little bit, yeah.
Being more open than secluded to people. But yeah, it should be very entertaining. Did you happen to catch the live event on the weekend?
I didn't. I started to watch the final round earlier today, and I pretty much just watched the last couple groups tee off, and I just can't get over how it translates to TV. The music playing, when they're putting on the green, it shows the break in a straight line of where they need to start the putt, and I'm like, is that really? Is that enhancing the viewing experience?
Well, yes and no. With me, the viewing experience is getting confused where everybody is and what's going on, because everything is happening at the same time.
The leaderboard's kind of hard to follow.
Yeah, there's people going up and down around it. What was disappointing for me personally, like this was the last live event on their schedule and of their season and everything like that, and it was hardly you hardly heard of anything. And I think it was a team event, team championship. So there were some individual matches going on. There was 2-man matches going on. So it was just kind of a little all over the place for me personally. And I think they could have picked a better venue and a better host course.
Michigan doesn't really scream championship, golf.
I think about, if it's your final live event of the year, I think about like somewhere in like New York City or Los Angeles, or I know they have a live event in Miami. Like Miami would be a great destination, and that's what it should be. Is larger destination spots, if you will, so you can get those numbers, you can get the crowd, and get the capital behind the tournament and everything like that. So. Not that they need capital, but
they're not running out of money over there anytime soon.
Yeah. So that part, I think they could do better from those sides of things. And I'm not sure what happens to the bottom guys as well that don't get into the don't get onto the Live Tour next season. I think they go back to the DP World.
Yeah, I think they have to like requalify for like entry or something like that.
Yeah, and that involves Lee Westwood and Henrik Stenson and a few other good names. So
I mean Lee Westwood. I mean he's just kind of like hanging up at this point.
Yeah,
he's had his career. I mean I've been hearing about Lee Westwood. I feel like for 40 years. Like
yeah, it'd be great to see them trek back to the PGA Tour if they can, and good.
If that would even be a possibility for them, but
but staying on the Ryder Cup subject, I did get to experience the Ryder Cup at Hazeltine.
Oh yeah.
I did go just for a few practice rounds. But I don't know if we talked about this last episode or not.
No, I think it was on our list, and we never got to it.
Yeah, but I got to experience that, and it was definitely an overwhelming experience, even during the practice rounds. With only so many players on the team and so many players golfing, and you had thousands of people there,
sure.
like just overwhelmingly big, large numbers, trying to watch a handful of players.
Yeah.
So it made for a little bit of a difficult experience in trying to watch the golf. But, I went with my father, and we had a plan to skip every 3 holes and park ourselves and wait for everybody to go by, and then skip another 3 holes and wait for everybody to go by. So, that was cool. And we got to see, I think it was when Justin Rose made that putt. There was a fan that came out with a $1 bill or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Or the fan made the putt.
The fan made the putt. He's like, he said he chirped like, "Oh, I could make that." He's like, "All right, well, come do it," and he buried it.
Yeah, we were right then and there for that too. That's pretty cool.
I've always enjoyed going up to practice rounds. I mean, not Ryder Cup, but practice rounds. It's a little more. You can see more.
Yeah.
You watch the players drop 3 or 4 balls down in one spot, hit 3 or 4 different approaches into the green, writing down what worked, what didn't.
They're a lot more personable towards.
Yeah, like they were signing autographs, and I'm still mad. I'm so mad. This was actually during the round. My buddy, he volunteered at Firestone, so he got tickets. We were standing by the clubhouse. We're like, all right, where are we gonna go? And there's just a horde of people coming. Like, well, shoot, this looks like Tiger heading towards the clubhouse. I had a hat on like this. It had autographs all over it. I had my hat I'm like reaching out across the cart path, like completely blocking it. Tiger looks at my hat, and some little kid sticks his hat up. He signs the little kid's hat and keeps on. I've never been so mad at a kid before in my life.
Oh no!
I mean, obviously, that was a great experience for the kid, and that was probably the right decision to make. But man, I'm salty about it.
I don't know if you remember the name Jesper Parnevik.
Yeah.
But I met him once at a Canadian Open in Hamilton at Hamilton Country Club. I was walking down the cart path going one way. He was coming the other way, and I saw the beat.
Oh, yeah, he had the hat. Yeah.
And stopped him in his tracks and got him to sign a Mike Weir book.
Oh.
And he looked at the book and he went, "Well, this isn't me." Signed it and handed it to me. And yeah, that was probably my first PGA Tour event. Actually, that was back in 2004. So, got Justin Rose to sign a Ryder Cup hat at Hazeltine after all that was said and done and everything. So that's kind of cool. And I think that was the year he won. Was it the gold medal? Or
I know they said he had a gold medal. I don't know when he got it.
I think it was the first Olympics. So hopefully that hat's worth something one day. Anyway.
Yeah. It's kind of cool to see like how personable these guys can be when they're not worried about golf, like golf shots.
Yeah.
But
anywho, sir, let's connect again once the Ryder Cup whips around in a few weeks, and once the teams are in place and everything, and we can make some bold predictions and who's going to win. And,
I was thinking about that coming up. Once the picks get announced, we can talk about potential pairings, like who we think's gonna feed off of each other, and
we could easily do that next week, my friend.
Do they know when those picks are coming out?
Picks are this Wednesday, actually.
Oh, okay.
So viewers and Cove and everybody definitely tune in on Wednesday on the Golf Channel. I think both teams.
Okay.
If not, maybe just the United States, but
that's what we're mostly talking about anyway. So that would be all right.
Yeah.
And then a Ryder Cup recap or something like that.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, we'll be talking about a Team USA victory.
Ole ole. I mean.
No, but yeah,
I can't. To be honest with you, I can't. I can't cheer for anyone.
Well, I was like, you're kind of in a rough spot. I mean, you're not, but I was like, you're close enough.
I get mixed feelings every year. Honestly, I have tons and tons of family in the United States, cousins, aunts, and uncles, Daytona Beach, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Austin, Texas. You name it, all down in the South. So I'd like to think I'm an honorary American. So
yeah,
I think
it's hard because Team Europe just has so many likable guys too.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to root against Rory. I'll root against. I don't care, but I don't want to root against Tommy, Justin Rose, Lowry. It's hard.
No, but I think again with what we talked about earlier in the show, with it being on home soil.
Yeah.
The captain gets to do what he wants to the course. The players are going to be familiar, for the most part, familiar with Bethpage on the American side. So I think a lot of the favor is on the American side. So yeah,
I would think so. So let's hope they bring it home. We'll have another Ryder Cup episode coming for you guys next week. And until then, we will see you guys later.